Thank you for joining me today. Welcome to vlog 3 of the screen printing journey. I would just like to say good morning to all, and we are gonna dive into the exposure unit. I tried to put it in the other video, but I kind of got too long of a video, so I was like, let me just make a whole separate video. So I'm glad I actually did that, because today we are going to be diving into cleaning the unit, and we're also going to be changing it from fluorescent to LED lighting. So stay tuned right after this intro. Alright guys, thank you for watching that intro. So to dive right into it, I figured that maybe we should clean it. That way, when it comes time to doing the LEDs, it's not so dusty and so dirty. I don't get the inside dusty. So what I'm going to be using today is some industrial wipes, just to get pretty much the dirt off of the metal. This works great. I use it for my tools and everything. I think I said it a couple times in other videos. I'm using thinner just for the small spots that have little marks of plastisol and I guess emulsion that's on it. And then to end it off, I am using a white diamond metal polish. The reason why I went with this polish is because it does all of it. It does aluminum, brass, chrome, stainless steel. It does it all. I have another one called Ball Buster, and that's great on aluminum, but the only problem with that is that it doesn't really have a sealant. And this one, after it shines, it also seals at the same time. So in other words, just moisture won't oxidize it like this. So it lasts a little longer. So those are the 3 chemicals that I'm going to be using today. Well, after I drink my coffee, because you know, we can't drink coffee and deal with chemicals. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be dealing with today. First things first, I'm gonna remove the glass out of here, so that way nothing happens to this glass. As you guys know, this is an optical glass, so it's kind of like, yeah, you drop something, you scratch it or whatever, you're in for it. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna put this somewhere safely. I took off the glass, but before I continue, I just would like to say, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button so you can follow me all the time. If you're a long-time viewer or you're a returning viewer, welcome back. So, yeah. Also, I forgot to tell you that I have what is called invisible glass. I use it on the car windows, and it works great. I mean, it doesn't leave any streaks, and I figured that I could use it for the glass on here, because if it works good on the cars and it doesn't leave the streaks, it'll definitely work good on here. So, invisible glass, yes, is a little bit more expensive than getting Windex and stuff like that, but it works awesome. So guys, try it out. And yeah, I'm not sponsored, so to get into it, maybe I should remove these lights. You know, I think I'm gonna have to open it up from the bottom. That's gonna be my best bet to deal with these. I don't think I have to remove the lights, because I think they're locked in there. They're not, I mean, they hang upside down up there. But as you guys can see, it's very dusty. Like, you know, it's just somebody just passed a rag over it, which is, it's normal. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. But you guys know, I'm gonna get it clean. Definitely gonna get it clean. So, let me just try one little spot, and then I'll let you guys look at it, and then off camera, or maybe on camera, I don't know yet. Yeah, let me grab one of these wipes and see if I can take the most dirt I can off of here. you'll see it dark. But if you come real close to it, look at that. So yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit of time, some elbow grease, but I'll get this whole thing looking like that. Make it look new. All right, guys, so be right back after I finish cleaning it so you guys can see it, and then we'll start with the LED conversion. All right, guys, so as far as you can see, I got it all shined up. I still got to do the finishing touches, which I am going to be using Neverdoll just to give it the fine touch. Because, you know, the Neverdoll is quick and easy. The other one's a little bit harder, and you got to really rub into it. Trust me, I was doing it. I was completely black. I had to go run and take a shower real quick. So yeah, I'm going to use this Neverdoll just to give it the fine touch on top, which will make it, I already tried it on top. Let me grab this without dropping it. As you guys can see how shiny it is on top, and that's with that liquid. But I figured before I finish doing the sides with that Neverdoll, I figured I'd come on here because I have to take the bottom off. Reason being is I have to take these out to really, you know, polish in there. So I have to open up. I have to open it up. No matter what, I have to open it up. So I figured I'd do it on camera. So let's get this as far as close as possible. Now, mind you guys, the glass is not in there, so don't worry about that. Glass is definitely not in there. I'm just gonna use a razor because I think that, yeah, see, it's on there with double-sided tape. So just carefully go, you know, in the corners. And of course, you guys are gonna have to put double-sided tape on it again. The double-sided tape that I use is the 3M. I think that works the best for me. So if you guys never seen the bottom of an exposure box, you're gonna do it today. I would just go all the way around. Okay, let me go to the other side. And I gotta open it up anyway, guys. I have to change the lights, so I have to disconnect the fluorescent igniter, or whatever you want to call it. All right, so now, well, it's a good thing I opened it. There's a lot of little spider webs and stuff like that on here. Let me flip it up on this side because I want to be able to grab the bottom. I can just pull it a little bit. That's the good thing about having a blanket, that you can just slide it without scratching the table. So let me get this side off. Same concept. They probably got 3 of them on this side. Looks like it's never been opened before, so that's a good thing. And this unit's about 10 years old, so I'm happy that it looks like it's never been opened. But I guess we'll find out in a little bit. I'm gonna have to clean that up real good. All right, so there we go. So if you guys can see all the 3M tapes, so I will clean it up and put it exactly the same way it is. Of course, because you don't want to change anything. You just throw this out to the side. Now, see, I gotta disconnect these. I'm not gonna take them out for the simple fact that just in case I ever want to go back to ultraviolet or UV fluorescent tubes, I have the option to do it. My main thing is to pull this out, these 2 out, so I can polish it in the front. And yeah, I'm seeing, okay, all these are all blue. So they have it in 2 different segments, which is great. I mean, it's awesome that they did that. They split the load. And this is all ground tied up together. common as well. Not sure where the common's going on here. It just looks like it's bridge. It's fairly easy, guys, when you go to do this. You know, one side's gonna go to hot, one side's gonna go to ground and hot, or hot and ground, whichever way you want to do it. That's the only way that you're gonna actually be able to. And what I'm seeing here, okay, they jumped this one, they jumped them. Weird. Yeah, because it's 4, so okay, they split it 2 and 2. All right, and the bottom, I'm pretty sure they did the same thing. Just checking, make sure everything's. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like the bottom, they did the same thing, but there's 2 blue that come out of here and 2 red. So the bottom, the actual power side of it, because I think the yellow is ground, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because they have a ground coming out of here, a black or white. So I'm guessing the yellow is just ground. So there's only one ground for both sides. And I've got to find out, these LEDs are type B. So I got to find out if it's power on one side or power on opposite sides. So if it is power on one side, then I'm gonna have to take these and put them on the opposite sides of here. Hopefully that'll work in theory, but I'll get them to work, trust me. All right, guys, so let me continue shining this up, and when it's time to put in the LEDs. All right, guys, so I did tell you guys that I wanted to wait until after I finished polishing everything, then to do this. But I figured before I get into it and start polishing it completely, I said, you know what, let me just do the lights, make sure everything works, so that way when I put the top back on, everything is good. So let's get into it. All right, for this stuff, you're gonna need some wire cutters, of course, some strippers. Unfortunately, I don't know where my strippers are at, but we're gonna make the best of it. I'll figure it out, but this is a solid wire, so I could just probably trim and cut off. Get some wire, I guess they call it wire guards or connectors, wire twist on, you know, whatever the case is. So you're gonna need that, and of course the instructions. So these lights are fairly simple. They just need a positive and a negative on either side, or in home electric, what would be called a power and a neutral, which consists of your black wire being power and your white wire being neutral, which is your common ground. They also have a green wire here that's considered, well, like yeah, it's considered another ground, but that's if you have like a 3-prong. And what I mean by a 3-prong is if you look at this, so you'll have your positive, your hot, your ground, which is your common, and then it'll have just a brass. Usually if you open up a connector in the wall, you'll see a brass, just a plain bare brass, which will be for the 3rd prong. But the 3rd prong is really not needed for this, but it's good to ground out the box, so that's why they have it there. So I'm not gonna mess with the switch itself. I'm gonna leave that alone. The only thing I'm gonna be doing is disconnecting the 2 igniters and hooking up the ground, which I'm gonna use the yellow for the ground, and then I am gonna use the red and blue for the positive. And I don't think I have to, I think each one of these ends, I forgot what exactly, connector ends for the lights. I think that you don't need to put double on them. I think they actually bridge into each other. So that'll be good. Let me grab this light so I can show you guys what I am going to be doing. I'm sorry if the lighting's not so great. All right, let's start. Now we have to take these lights out, but these lights are not gonna work. Hey sweetheart, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I need you to put these in a safe spot where it doesn't shatter.
Can I put it in the box on top of you?
If you want to take the LEDs out, yeah, you can.
What you mean?
Alright guys, so sorry about that. My phone decided it wanted to cut out in the middle of recording. So I was able to install all the lights in. Let me plug it in so we can check it. Alright. Let me make sure that the timer is set. Yeah, the timer is set. Alright, so I'm going to angle you guys back down. The moment of truth. And here we go. All right. Yes, guys, LED in full effect. See, make sure it cuts off. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, it ain't cut off yet. Oh, there it goes, it cut off. All right, so the timer's also working. Everything's working good. So now I'm gonna finish up everything, put the glass back in, and I'll show you the finished product once I'm done. Be right back to show you everything. All right, guys, so now it's the finished product. As you can see, it's all shined out. I did change the actual timer to a digital timer, and I changed the toggle button to a push button, but it all works the same. I also put some foam lining around the inside to protect the glass from getting scratched. If you want to zoom in on here. So all the way around there's foam lining. That way it protects the glass in case something gets scratched. And you guys already seen me earlier do the LEDs. So it works great. You just push the button, goes on, timer counts down. I didn't like the analog timer because I thought it would throw me off with the LEDs. So I figured, 30-second burns, 60-second burns on LEDs should be sufficient enough. So this timer will do up to 99 hours, but nobody's gonna burn that long. So once it reaches the 30, it automatically shuts off. Beautiful, everything works great. It's just, making it to my standards, making it new for me. Also, guys, now that you see the finished product, the next step would be to do the dark room. But before the dark room, I am going to be doing, this is going to be for vlog 4. This is for the actual sheet, the registration sheet to mark my designs. I got something off of somebody and I'm hoping that it works out for me. So I will tell you on that video. So stay tuned for vlog 4 when I do that. And for vlog 5, guys, I want you to stay with me. For vlog 5 would be actually doing the room, the dark room. I brought these they are for LEDs. So these fixtures, and I also have a few of these that I am going to be putting the Type B LED T8 lights in it. So that's going to be, plus the wires, of course, guys, the wires and the connections. So that's going to be for, what I say, block 5?
Yes.
Yes, block 5. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate, guys. I'm so happy that you guys are always here and stay with me to the end of the video. So if you watch this to the end of the video, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment so that way I know you guys are watching. Thank you. On this note, put God first and everything will fall in place. Peace.